Hola from the west side. It's me, DC the Purple Diva. Welcome to Not So Random Chat. Sunday sentiments. Happy Sunday night. I missed y'all last night, but if you've seen my community tab, you see that I was out having a little bit of fun. Anyway, I want to first start out by sending out prayers to a friend of mine and her family. I know I got, we always talk about the deaths coming in threes, and we had Kobe Bryant, and then we had Kirk Douglas. And on Friday night, a church member and friend of mine, Mr. Orson Bean, who is was an actor, was struck in Venice, California. He was 91 years old. And you may not know who he was, but he had been acting for a very long time. Probably the most recent film that you guys would have seen him in would have been in a Denzel Washington film. And what was the name of that picture? The Equalizer 2. He was the older gentleman who started out in the film in the back of the car. Hey, Tatted Hearts, who started in the back of the lift at the beginning of the film and was seen throughout that film. That's Orson Beans, who was tragically killed on Friday in Venice, California at the age of 91. Now, his wife, you probably know, you guys probably are more familiar with. Her name is Allie Mills. Allie is a friend of mine as well. And Allie was the mother on The Wonder Years. And both of these people are just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spirits. And, it really, really hurts my heart because I found out this on Friday night after I did my live with you guys. And it hit the news circuit on Saturday morning. So, with his death being so close to the Oscars, I'm not even sure if they were able to get his picture up there when they did the remembrance, of all of the people doing the ceremonies. I did not watch the ceremonies tonight. I did watch bits and pieces of it, but I didn't watch the full ceremonies. But with Orson Bean, who is in Hollywood, he was part of Hollywood. He was an actor, part of SAG-AFTRA and everything. That would, even though people may not know him that well, that would have been the third person, to me, as far as it going in threes. So rest in peace to Orson Bean. You're going to be missed. He used to always talk to me because he would, he loved to watch me, doing praise and worship at church, so just a sweet soul. He really, really was. But in regards to the Oscars tonight, guys, hey, DOD. In regards to the Oscars tonight, a foreign film won Best Picture, if you didn't know. I'm going to have to go take a look at this film. It's called Parasite. It was done by a South Korean director who was heavily influenced by Martin Scorsese. So I'm gonna have to take a look at it. I happen to love subtitle films. I don't mind reading, you know, everything in English. And I find that a lot of these foreign films are really, really good. I know a lot of people who are thinking that 1917 was going to win Best Picture, you know, because of it coming out, you know, late in the year. But thankfully, it was not a war film that, you know, won Best Picture this year. But did you guys see how they snubbed The Irishman? You know, and it was really a good movie. Hey, Miss Pamela. It was really a good movie. I don't know, maybe, you know, that maybe they're kind of feeling some kind of way because, you know, of Netflix getting into the game, and maybe that's what it was, you know, with that one. But it was a really good movie. I'm sorry that it didn't get anything, even though it was nominated for all those awards. But, you know, you can never take away the nomination. It will always be known as Academy Award nominated. The Irishman. Hey, Eating Grapes. So, and the other thing that I wanted to highlight, guys, from the Oscars, even though I didn't see them, I did see certain things, is that, remember that short film that I told you guys about that the former football player had done, called Hair Love, about, you know, a Black father doing his daughter's hair? Won for short animated film. It won. He won the same award that Kobe had won. And I'm so glad that that won, because you guys, that, you know, really was about our crowns, and it was putting an emphasis on the beautiful hair that we have. And I don't know if a lot of you guys are aware, but here in California, we've passed the Crown Act, okay? So we don't have any issues. You know, I can wear my hair in braids in at work and all of that stuff, and it wasn't that way before. But what we want is that to be really passed in all 50 states, because that young man who has the dreads in his hair that had to transfer schools in Texas because they wanted him to change his hairstyle, or he couldn't graduate from the school he was in, was actually the guest of honor of the people who made that movie Hair Love. So I think it was very good, because it was a little bit of diversity in this year's Oscars, and it was focusing on, you know, the beautiful crowns that we have. And I'm glad that you know, some focus is being put on that, because, you know, for so long we as Black people did not love our hair. I've loved my hair for a long time, you know. I didn't have an issue. You know, I you know, permed when I was younger, but I stopped putting perms in my hair when I was in my 20s. And I'm 57. So, yeah, hadn't seen perms. And I only permed because, yeah, I grew up on the East Coast, and it was hot and humid in the summers and everything. And, you know, but when I came to California, there was no point of doing that, since people were paying to get their hair curly like my hair was. So I just let it go natural. Hey, 1SP. So I was really happy to see that animated film win the short film animated film award about, you know, loving our hair. And I think that it was very apropos that they also dedicated that award to Kobe, who was the previous winner of that award. Oh, my date last night was nice, guys. So last night I went to a concert here locally in the Los Angeles area, put on by Boss Lady Productions. It was a benefit concert for diabetes awareness. And you know, as many of us know, in the Black community, you know, many of us have diabetes within our families. I'm sorry, y'all. I believe that my son has the show playing upstairs, and y'all can't hear it, but I sure can. Anyway, so but it was a really, really nice concert. You guys saw, if you looked on my community tab, I did post a picture of me in my little black dress last night. That I have had since I was in my late 20s, and I still can fit it, even, you know, though I have a almost 25-year-old son. Yes, David is home tonight. He's back home. Y'all, he's back home. But the concert was really, really good, guys. And I'm trying to put together a compilation vlog of some of the stuff that I did this last week, you know, celebrating my birthday, like going out to breakfast and then going to the concert, you know, putting some stuff. So if I can get that edited quick enough, I'll actually give you guys like a clip or two from the actual concert last night. But all of the singers were really, really good. I mean, you know, local talent. You know, shouts out to Boss Lady Productions. That is also the same production company that is going to be doing the plays that I'm going to be in. I say plural because I'm in at least 3 plays that are going to be happening later on this year. The first one that I'm going to be in is going to be April the 4th, and it's going to be called Mama Tell Me Why. And I'll give you guys just like a short about it. It is about colorism. It is about a single Black mother with multiple baby daddies, who is also a drug addict. And she lets not so nice things happen to her daughters, who are all different skin colors, you know, starting from the lightest light to the darkest dark. And it just goes into how her choices as a young mother affected her children as adult women. So it has flashbacks and forward. And I played that awful mama, y'all. I play her. I'm acting. Got some acting chops on this. But I'm playing that awful mama. So I'm pretty much in the flashback scenes in the play. And, you know, I don't have a big role in this play, but I have a very critical role. You know, so I got to get on my Oscar-worthy performance in one of the scenes where I am playing the character who, in this particular scene, is high out of her mind on cocaine, but she's having a conversation with her mama. Yeah, my character in this play is not very likable, but she shouldn't be. She really shouldn't be. So I will try at some point between now and when the play comes out to, you know, tape some of the rehearsals where I'm doing my thing and maybe give you guys a little sneak peek of what's going to be in the play, since most of you do not live in California, so you will not have the opportunity to come see the play in person. It is a very interesting play. The 3 plays that I'm going to be in this year are written by this playwright who is deceased. His name is Michael Brown. They called him Big Mike the playwright. He wrote a he did a play a few years ago called A Man That Found a Wife. And Howard Hewitt actually was in that particular production. So he was a really big deal in the Los Angeles area as far as local playwrights, gospel types of plays. And his plays tend to talk about, some of the things that, are in the Black community. I think I've told you guys before that just based on, my knowledge, some of the stuff that you've seen in like Tyler Perry movies with Madea are things that were done by this particular playwright prior to Tyler Perry even, doing what he was doing. But, you know how it goes as to people grabbing your work and stuff. So, like I said, that play I'm going to be in. There's going to be another play. It's called Big Girls Don't Cry. And in that play, I play a former big girl, because y'all know I'm not a big girl. I'm skinny mini. I'm skinny mini. But I play a girl, a lady who got gastro, surgery done. And she also has a few eating disorders going on, but she, felt that she needed to be a skinny girl in order to get men because nobody was checking for her when she was a bigger girl. Hey, Terry. Yeah. Well, he's not doing the Madea movies, anymore, but a couple of the characters that were in those movies were based on characters that were in these plays that were done way before Tyler had, done it. But, it is what it is. So in Big Girls Don't Cry, that one's, talking about big girls, but it's really talking about our diabetes also in there. Big Mike, the playwright, who died the year before last, was a diabetic. And he was a diabetic, because of eating choices. And many in the Black community have diabetes because of our eating choices. And I know, I have a cousin also who has died from diabetes. So I like the fact that these plays are really bringing that to the forefront. That was part of his mission, is really getting Black Americans, to really think about what they were putting in, into their bodies, because, type 2 diabetes can be prevented. The only diabetes that is not prevented is the type 1 juvenile diabetes that you have, from childhood. But most people get diabetes because of their lifestyle, because of living, how they eat. And it's not something that's just with Black Americans. I say Americans, period, in regards to diabetes. We have to make better choices in how we are eating so that we don't get a preventable disease. So, I like the fact that they emphasize that in these plays. There's jokes and everything. And, we show some of the stereotypical things, in the Black community in them. And then we show some things that are not so stereotypical. They really put things in these plays that, we don't necessarily talk about, But yeah, diabetes is something that is a big problem in the United States. I'm pretty sure that there are probably other countries that have, issues with diabetes, I know that on the continent, they have a higher percentage of diabetes now because of them incorporating more westernized foods. It's really the food. If you just eat more greens, incorporate more fruits and vegetables into your diet, and not so many, sugary things, fatty things, fried things, it's really about what we eat. Oh, thank you, Eating Grapes. Yes, you guys see, I'm working on my little brand. Y'all see my little brand on the screen. I'm working on it. I got the little artist easel in there big enough so y'all can see it now. But I don't think y'all can see it. It also says on that little picture, it says Artsy Autism Mom. So I'm working on it. I'm trying to, create the thing. What I want to do is to get one of those animated programs so I can make my face animated on there and have an animated picture in the background instead of an actual picture. Oh, you grew up on the Mediterranean diet? Mediterranean diet is a good diet. I mean, if you guys think about it, I'll use like Japan as an example. In Japan, you guys notice that you don't have a lot of obesity. Not a lot, but it's really because of the diets. And then, although they have a lot of rice in their diets, a lot of people drink a lot of green tea, which is a natural diuretic, and it really does help with keeping your weight in check. So that's something that people can drink. And they even have like those 7-day green tea things that women jump into. All the fats and salts. Yeah. Yeah, I have some friends that are they live longer too. They do live longer, Miss Pamela. They do live longer. But that's what I'm saying. For many of us, the longevity of our life is really based on our eating habits. Like, I don't like a lot of sweets. I will eat some sweets here and there, but I don't tend to eat a whole lot of, sweets. I like fried chicken, but I'm not having fried chicken every day. I love salads and everything. So because I know that, by how I eat, it prevents me from getting certain things. Because I've got family members. New Orleans, which is where most of my family's from, it has the highest still diabetes rate in the country. And it's that good old Creole cooking. Those beignets. But diet has a lot to do with how long we live. It really, really does. I'm very, very thankful that I am in good health. A lot of people, when they get to be in their 50s, like myself, they got issues going on. I'm fortunate, but I've always, for most of my adult life, tried to watch what I ate. I've never been on a diet because I don't do diets. I eat what I want to eat, but I've always ate what I wanted to eat in moderation. It's always been about moderation. And until I was in my mid-40s, I was a gym rat too. Until I was in my mid-40s, I was a gym rat. You know, but you know, I still do, you know, like Pilates, and I walk a lot. I still watch what I eat, you know. Lamb seasoned with grilled garlic powder. Yeah, I mean, like an occasional glass of wine is not bad. But yeah, you know, if you drink a lot of, if you are a alcohol drinker, you know, that's kind of harder on your body too. You know, I mean, like, you know, like an occasional glass of wine is fine. And then I know, you know, that there are cultures where they have a glass of wine every day. And, you know, that's not a issue. But when we're talking about spirits, you know, they call them spirits for a reason. But yeah, lamb is delicious. I haven't had lamb in so long. I haven't had lamb in so long. I mean, and I told you guys that if I ate according to my blood type, which has no RH in it, you know, I'm one of those people that doesn't, according, you know, doesn't pass the RH factor thing. So according to that book, Eat by Your Blood Type, I should be a red meat eater. That's what I mainly should be eating. You know, and if I ate all the stuff that book told me to eat, I would like kill over. You know, because I don't eat a lot of red meat. I never really have, but I like my bacon. I will have some bacon now and then, you know. I know the RH thing is really, really interesting. And speaking of the RH thing, this is one of those urban legends out there. They're saying that people who have no RH in their blood are less likely to contract this coronavirus that's going around that China lied about. They lied about, and then the person who tried to tell everyone about it was silenced. Oh, and now he's not here with us anymore. He died from the virus. Let me see. I'm reading. You've never had lamb, DOD? You never even had you've never had like lamb chops? And then like if you've ever had a gyro, a lot of times those are made with lamb meat. I know. I know it's considered red meat. But I don't eat bacon every day, even though I would love to. Can't eat it every day. Yeah, no, my mom would make lamb when I was a kid. She'd make like lamb chops. And then, you know, living in Southern California, you know, I've had gyros. And then Indian food, you know. No, I've never had goat. Nope. I've never had goat, never drank goat milk. Although, no, I take that back. When I went to Mexico, I went to McDonald's It had a milkshake from at McDonald's in Mexico, and they use goat milk to make their milkshakes in Mexico. So I had it via a milkshake. That's the only way I had some goat milk. But no, I'm not eating a goat. Not eating goat meat, not happening. Nope. But I like gyros. You know. Try a gyro DOD. You know. I think you'd like the taste of the lamb. Yeah, like I said, I had it in a milkshake eating grape. And the milkshake tasted different, you know? It tasted different. I could tell it that they didn't use cow's milk. Yeah, it tasted different to me. And I don't know when the last time is that I've had cow's milk, because I don't drink cow's milk anymore. Can't drink cow's milk anymore. Which is interesting to me that my son, who was lactose intolerant as a baby and pretty much until he got to like about 6 or 7, except for because he could eat cheese. That was the only thing he could have. He couldn't have butter, couldn't drink milk, all made him sick. He can drink milk. Now, I can't, you know, for age reasons, I think in my case. So I drink almond milk. I like the almond milk. Jack snuck in here. Oh, my milkshake. You're talking about that song. My son loves that song. Hey, Jack. Haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah. I can't drink milk, Miss Pamela. Not really. It upsets my stomach. So I don't drink it. I drink almond milk. But I'm the only one in the house that can't drink milk. Everybody else can drink milk. So I do get milk. Yeah, y'all, please smash that like button. Let me put my little banner across. Let me put the little banner. There we go. One of them. Yeah, y'all. I know I used to be coming on at 9:30, but it seems to get harder and harder to get on here not by 9:30. So I may have to move it to 10 o'clock because that seems to be a better time for me. Even though I know it's 1 o'clock in the morning for the East Coast. I'm sorry. But I'm trying. Yeah, the 2%. Yeah, even the 2% upsets my stomach. So it just is what it is. I just can't drink milk. But the almond milk works fine. I get my calcium. You know, I take calcium supplements. Oh, you changed jobs. Oh, wow. Oh, work. All I do is work. Now you got me singing Rihanna. Well, I'm glad to see you, Jack. I'm glad to see you in the chat. So you guys, I was going to do a vlog this weekend, you know, with a few minutes of me skating and stuff. But it was too cold. And then it rained today. So I'm going to try to do that between now and next weekend. Yeah. And this weekend would have been perfect if it hadn't been cold. because I could have just gone on the driveway and done it for you guys. Soy milk. See, I don't really drink soy milk. The almond milk, I heard that the soy milk is not as good for you. That's what I hear. But like even when my son was younger and he couldn't drink milk, he didn't drink soy then either. He drank rice milk. Yeah, I don't know. They're saying some issues. There were some issues at one point with soy. I don't know if they were giving soy a bad name or what, but yeah, people didn't want soy. Like even with these these Beyond Meat things that had the Beyond Meat and the Impossible Burger that were out. People who are friends of mine who are vegan wouldn't eat them because they have soy. Because they have soy in them. Yeah, they didn't want my best friend who's a strict, I mean, she's a strict vegan and has been since we were in our 20s. I mean, I was a strict vegan like for years in my 20s, you know, but she's been a vegan since our 20s. And when I told her about the Beyond Meat and the Impossible Burger, she was like, if they have soy in them, I'm not interested. So vegans don't really like soy. Yeah, my son drank the horchata when he was a kid, when he was a baby. He liked the horchata. We used to get the horchata for him, the rice milk. He didn't drink soy back then. And then, yeah, if they call it horchata, Matt, it's rice milk, but they call it horchata. Well, y'all know, like, yeah, rice milk, and then y'all know that on another topic in regards to rice, y'all know that rice water makes your hair grow. It helps your hair with growing. It helps. Yep. And you can make it at home. So there's some things that rice can do to help, because think about the rice is the pretty much the staple of the diet in Japan. And most Japanese are not obese. Yeah, that's the other problem, Miss Pamela. You know, the Beyond Meat and the Impossible Burger, you know, those things are really for people who are not vegan to try vegans, you know, to try things that are plant-based. It's really to draw more non-vegans into plant-based diets. But those things are not geared towards people who are really vegan because they don't like soy. They don't eat, I can tell you that. Yeah, they don't do soy that much. Not real vegans. Mm-hmm. They will use, you know, like I told you guys, like there's a Cuban restaurant that's in my community. There's a vegan restaurant, and I got a camarones ensalada de camarones shrimp salad, and you know it had vegan shrimp on them, and they used vegetables. They didn't use, like, you know, sometimes they use the soy based stuff to make the vegan type of things, but they didn't use it. They used vegetables, and they just, you know, made them look like shrimp. And, you know, I don't know what they used, but they tasted like they were shrimp, but I knew I wasn't eating shrimp. I knew I was eating vegan. Fried. You have to make your own ham fried rice now. Yeah. So the rice, the rice water. I'm gonna make me some rice water and use it on my hair to help. Because like one of the things, this is on top, totally on another subject, but one of the things that happens to some women as we get older is that our hair that may have been thick when we were younger thins out. So now, like, I take a lot of vitamins and stuff to keep my hair thick because it's hormonal. But yeah, that's one of the downsides of getting older. Is your hair may not be as thick as it was when you were. It's still thick, but not as thick as it was. I've never had ham fried rice. I've done, obviously the shrimp fried rice, chicken fried rice, and I've even had crab fried rice with real crab in it. But I've never had ham fried rice. But you guys, I was so proud of myself last night. Getting into that, because I hadn't even tried that dress on in years. It just was hanging in my closet. I got in that dress with no problem. I still have a flat stomach. And my stomach was nice and flat in it. I was so happy. I was so proud of myself. Having a flat stomach. I'm working on getting it back to my nice 6-pack. I can see remnants of it. But I need to get it back to like a 6-pack by the summer. So I'm going to be doing some ab toning. I'm going to be doing some ab toning. I'm going to add some of that to my yoga stuff. Thank you. Yeah, I tried. Yeah. Y'all know I couldn't show too much leg, y'all. I had to put on the thigh-high boots because, yeah. It's like when I was younger, I would have had that dress on and I'd have had all my legs showing for y'all. I'd have had all my legs showing. But y'all just saw whatever was in between the top of the boot and the dress. Yeah. But thank y'all for complimenting me on that. I tried. It was a really nice concert. Yeah, I'm not. I haven't been to a Chinese, y'all. I haven't been to a Chinese restaurant yet. I'm still not going. I keep thinking about it, and I'm like, no, I won't do that. I'm so glad that sushi is Japanese. Because I want some sushi this month. Somebody's taking me out on a sushi birthday lunch this month. I'm so glad sushi is Japanese, y'all. Yep. I'm so glad that sushi is Japanese. But definitely gonna have me some sushi this month. But y'all, chop suey, chow mein. Not having none of that. And y'all know Nissan Foods are right locally in Southern California. They make that stuff locally in Southern California. But I know their sales have to be going down Even though their stuff is, freeze dried and everything, it's still, Chinese food. And everyone is really getting on China now because they really held back that information way too long. I mean, isn't it in like the 6 figures as to how many people in China, have been exposed to this stuff? And I think they've had like, what, 600 people have died from it in China. And yeah, that might not seem like a lot, but it's a lot. For a disease that has been around forever. But this, I think, is a different strain of the corona. Because yeah, if you guys look on your Lysol, if you get Lysol, right on the Lysol cans, it says that it kills the coronavirus. And it's the same coronavirus. This is nothing new. So we wonder how it's gotten so out of control. Well, I don't know. Maybe because some people are eating things they shouldn't be eating. And the thing is not just airborne, but will stay on surfaces. Somebody, takes the germs, gets them on their hands, put their hands down on a countertop. It's going to be on that countertop for days. I guess unless you come through and spray it with Lysol. Y'all better get y'all some cans of Lysol. No, they're not treating people in I'm saying putting Lysol on surfaces. DOD will help to keep it from spreading, like, people's germs in your households. I'm not even listening. I'm not even paying attention to him. He's just over here acting crazy. Oh man. But duct tape ourselves in. I mean, we have I'm going to say this, that the U.S. response in regards to this, although it was not what it should have been initially, they have stepped up their game and they are doing whatever they need to do to keep it out of here, out of this country. And I believe that other countries are doing the same thing. I believe that China was negligent, in getting the information out. I do. I feel that was negligent and irresponsible on their part. Hey, Kinky Locks. So, and you guys notice how those numbers in China keep going up, like they were very under giving us the numbers. They were giving us like much lower than what was actually going on. And now what the numbers are, I still don't think they're telling us the truth, y'all. I still don't think they're telling us the truth as to how bad it is in China. Because right now this is killing the economy in China. Nobody's trying to get anything out of China. They don't want nothing coming out. And not to be funny, but this must be killing the hair industry right now. Because who wants hair coming from the country that has this going on? And most of the hair is coming from there. Something to think about. But so on to my next subject. Gayle King.
Boo.
Let me just say, I don't remember who this lady was, and I don't remember whose channel I saw it on. But somebody had an upload of another Black journalist who broke down perfectly why we are so upset about what Gayle did in regards to, demonizing yet another Black man.
Boo.
Okay. And God, her name was, I want to say her name was Brooke or something. But Gayle has to understand, y'all, why we are upset. She truly cannot be that naive to not know why everybody's a little upset with her. I mean, I'm listening to my local radio here, on Stevie Wonder's radio station here. And, there are people on there talking about, now we all are in agreement that nobody should be getting death threats over this situation. Nobody should. That part is wrong. Absolutely wrong, and I know that Snoop was very, very passionate in what he said, but I think some people took it the wrong way, because the right now, y'all know, I'm just telling you, even if she does survive this, there's not another Black athlete or actor or comedian or person in general that's going to want this woman interviewing them. She has lost her Black card. That's what happened to her.
She just became the new Condoleezza Rice.
She lost the Black card. That's basically, I mean, we all understand this man's not even in the ground. His children didn't even know about this. This was not the time or place for her as a Black woman to do this. She knows better, especially as an older Black woman, knowing exactly where we are. Because don't get it twisted. The Me Too movement, although we are the ones who started it, pretty much, it was a woman of color, it ain't even about us. It's not even about women of color. It's about the same women who benefit from feminism, not us. So do I feel sorry for Gayle? Absolutely not. I don't think that she should be getting death threats. I don't think she should be in fear of her life. But I do think she should re-examine her motives for being a journalist. And she should reevaluate her Blackness. because, we are living in the divided states of America right now. Okay? We live in a country that is full of divisionism, white supremacy, and why would she, as a Black woman, who I think is in her right mind, but I'm questioning that right now, feel the need to include that in the interview? And even if she thought Lisa Leslie was okay with it, did she not understand that this was not the time or place? This man has not even been buried. Did she not think about this man's daughters? So no, ain't nobody feeling sorry for Gail. We feeling sorry for those children that now know some stuff that maybe they didn't need to know. And their father was not convicted. It was dismissed for multiple reasons in regards to the quote unquote victim that showed she was not a victim and that it was a set up. So that's what the issue is. It was a setup. If truly Kobe had been a rapist, none of us would be around here, dragging this woman. Yeah. I also saw Ricky Smiley's him talking about how he really felt after the Snoop Dogg interview. But I can't remember what it was. RL Talk, I think, was the show that the clip was on, where there was a Black lady journalist, there was a white gentleman, another Black man, and then a white woman. And they were all on the panel and they were talking about it. And the white woman, she said, as a white woman, she told the Black lady, I thank you for breaking down why this is so hurtful to Black Americans with Gail doing what she did. Why it's so hurtful to us. Why most of us feel like it was intentional. It was intentional, that it was not a mistake. She claims it was a mistake. Oprah claims it was a mistake. Oprah's crying boo hoo 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 for her. But Oprah, girl, you got your own issues. So you need to be quiet. Because y'all know, I think I've said this once before. I'll say it again. So Stedman, his cousin is married to my cousin. Okay? His first cousin is married to my cousin. And his cousin's sister is also my sorority sister. She told me back in the late 80s, she said, Stedman will never marry Oprah. And I'm like, girl, what you talking about? They gonna get married. She said, Stedman is never gonna marry her. He does not want to marry her. She said she knows what the deal is. She says, I promise you, you will never see them get married. This was his first cousin. So Oprah can act like it's her who didn't want to marry Stedman, but Stedman never wanted to marry her. He was quite happy with things the way they are. Oh, yeah, people are saying he's her beard. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know. I don't even know the dynamics of Oprah and Gail's friendship, and I'm not even gonna comment on that. Okay. But from what I know of Stedman, he's not the type of man who's gonna be a woman's arm candy and not be getting some things out of the deal, including physical what you have. Because you notice you never hear about him with any other females or any of that kind of stuff happening, you know, but he just doesn't want to marry her. He likes it the way it is. Oh, yeah. Founding fathers of the country. Well, you know, when I talk about, when I start talking about the Illuminati, I'll talk about, you know, the founding fathers and the Illuminati too. Allegedly. Their alleged connection. And the alleged connection with throughout our presidencies with the Illuminati. But all I know is that nobody is messing with Gail, who is black now. She is a pariah. She's gonna have to do something. I don't know what she can do, you know. I really don't know what she can do. Because her apology was disingenuous because she basically threw the network under the bus. She needs to be accountable. And maybe if she took accountability for her actions, maybe we would have more respect for her. But the problem is that she's not taking accountability. That's what the problem is. No accountability. So Oprah can boo-hoo all she wants for Gail. Don't nobody care. You know? And I don't think it'll get to the point of her losing her job. You know? I don't think that's going to happen. I just think that she's not going to be the go-to person for black folk anymore with the network. Yep. Well, yeah, the founding fathers, y'all. I think only one of them allegedly was not part of the, you know, the Freemasonry and all that other stuff. Gail said she was mortified. We know she's on the other team. Man, everybody thinking about Gail. Gail is boo-hooing. Don't nobody care about her tears. I don't even watch her in the mornings. You know, Channel 2 is not the program that I normally watch, but maybe I'm going to watch it this Monday just to see. Maybe I'm going to have to get up and watch me some Gail. Let's see what you got to say now. Because if the woman doesn't take accountability, she might as well just go sit down. Stop it. Stop trying to make it out to be the network. You know, you have been doing this for too long for it to have been a mistake. She's been doing this for too long for that to have been a mistake. You know, her apology was disingenuous. She threw the network under the bus. She thinks that we as Black folk are stupid and that we're going to go for the okie doke. But many of us are educated just like you, Miss Gail King. And we see you. We see you. We see you. We see you. Nah, man, Terry. She's not Oprah. She has to continue doing that stuff. You know? You know, Oprah's the only one who don't have to kiss nobody's butt. But her friend, shoot, man, she threw them under the bus. I don't even understand that part. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Pamela. I don't even watch that one. I watch NBC. You know? And sometimes I'll watch Fox because that's the local one. I don't watch Good Morning America. And I don't watch CBS. Yeah, they know how to kiss the right behind. But all the kissing butt she does is not going to help her in this situation. She needs to face the music. She needs to face the music. Stop posting videos. Stop having Oprah come up there defending you. Oprah can't help you out on this. You did this. You did this, woman. You know, and I think she got full of herself after R. Kelly. I think she got full of herself after R. Kelly because we all backed her on that one. But that was a whole different situation. Everybody knows this man is scum. He is scum. He's a... Y'all. I mean, he's brilliant as an artist, but as a person, he is twisted. Yes, part of it is because of things that happened to him as a child. You know, he was already broken, you know. But everybody knew for years that man was doing this stuff. We knew all the way back to Aaliyah, and I knew before then. I told y'all, I know somebody who wasn't, now she wasn't as young. She was like 17, but she wasn't 18, but she was here in California. And the legal age is 17 in the year in California, you know, but she was a little white girl. So, you know, I didn't really care. And she seemed to know what she was doing. You know, she knew she wasn't the only person. And this is back when he was with public announcements. Okay. This is before he was just R. Kelly. But I'm simply saying that to tell y'all that this has been going on forever. You know, and he just thought he was untouchable. So when she took him down and had him snap and lose his cool in the interview. Everybody was like, bravo, because what she did then was the right thing. She was right. She was calm. She was, it was the right thing to do. But using an interview with Lisa Leslie to bring up that craziness from 2003, we were a very, very different country in 2003. We were a very different country. Now, like I told y'all before, we are in the divided states of America. The divided states of America. There's so much division. There's even division within white supremacy. They disagree among themselves. Exactly, 17. So she's not, she's jailbait, but California, it's not considered. They're not considered. Now, where I grew up in the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia area, yeah, 18. 18. But let's be real. In the Black community, unfortunately, there are many people there are many men walking around like Robert Kelly. Okay. We know about them, these dudes that, hang out with young girls. They like to get with young girls. But we're talking about guys in their 20s. They're in their 20s. They're chasing after 16 and 17 and 18-year-olds. Okay. They're not in their 40s and in their 50s still exhibiting this behavior. But that's why nobody said anything when he was in his 20s, because it wasn't that big. It wasn't that much of an age difference. You think about it, except for with Aaliyah. That was just, yeah. He was, when he was sticking with the 17 and 18-year-olds, he was okay in his 20s. But as your age went up, so should the age of the girls, Mr. Kelly. So should the age of the girls. Yeah. Dude was hanging out at high schools and stuff, looking for high school girls for years and years and years. That spirit was on this man. And as long as he was making money for the record companies, and his handlers were doing some type of handling, but now you got a 50-year-old and he ain't making he wasn't making no money for the record companies, and now he thought he was God. And because you had allowed this behavior to go on for years, the only way for this man to go down was it became a federal freaking case. And unfortunately for the late Aaliyah, she can't even rest in peace in this stuff. She'd have been brought up. She's in that case. Because she was a minor, he took her over state lines and married her. Yes, that's what happened. Yeah, he can believe he can fly. Oh, y'all. And that's my son's favorite song, y'all. My son loves to sing that song at karaoke. Can't do it. I won't even allow him to. So y'all have to pray for me on that, because it's just a song. But I just think about the spirit behind the man who wrote and sang the song. You know? Well, hopefully while he's in prison, he will become literate. He needs to learn how to read. He needs to learn how to read. He can start with the Bible. Start with the Bible. That's what he can start with. Speaking of the Bible, you know, so today, my pastor is back at church. She was gone the whole month of January and the first, you know, week of this month on vacation. But she came back today. And one of the things she talked about today was how she's sick of people looking at the blonde hair, blue-eyed Jesus and nailing him up on that cross. And how it's difficult to get Black people to look at a Bible because they believe the lie that the Bible is about white people. Now, I've said this before. I'm going to say it again because I feel it needs to be said again, especially during this February Black History Month. Open up the Bible, starting from the first book of the Bible, Genesis. You see Black people. You see where the Garden of Eden was. You see where the river, the Tigris, and Euphrates are. And people try to change it into it with some metaphors, blah, 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 blah. Bull. If nothing else, we do know, we do see historical documentation in those books. And you look at the regions where these people were, and you know that they were people of color. Because you know what people lived in those areas. And when you look at that, you recognize that the biblical Jews, the biblical Israelites, were people of color, and they were never in Europe. Okay? Many of when they scattered, the biblical Jews, many lost their religion. They lost their history, they lost their religion. It's not an accident that you have Black people in parts of Africa who are able to trace their lineage as being Hebrew. Because the Hebrew people came from African nations, you know, and I think that it's really unfortunate that a European spin has been put on a book that was written by Black people for Black people. That's what I said, and I said what I said. You know, but this is what has made so many people of color agnostic or atheists You know, just look at that. Look at the book as a historical book. Look at it from that perspective. Open it up. Study the parts of the world that it's talking about, because it's real clear about where it's talking about. You know, think about the fact that the biblical Israelites, when they were in the wilderness for 40 years, were literally miles, less than 10 miles from Israel. And that land was actually called the land of milk and honey, and that there were Canaanites that lived in that land. And the Canaanites looked like the Israelites because the Israelites had come from Canaanites among other peoples. And let's not even talk about the fact that Noah and his 3 sons were all people of color. We did not get different racial ethnicities from those 3 men. We need to stop that lie. We know how the racial diversities happen. They happen over thousands of years by people moving from Africa. You know, as the continents had separated. Do we need to go, you know, but that's a world history lesson. That's a world history lesson. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of bring that, you know, bring up that at the end of my spiel tonight with you guys. But in regards to, I'm going to say one final thing in regards to Miss Gayle King. And she needs to, she needs to get on and make a public apology. And she needs to apologize for the right thing. She needs to take ownership. She needs to stop throwing the network under the bus. And she needs to figure out what it is she needs to do to make this right. So that maybe she gets her revoked black card back. Because right now, we not feeling you, Miss Gayle King. You and your best friend, Oprah, seem to be on a rampage against black men. Dead or alive. So, y'all, I'm going to get ready to get off of here. And let me see. Let me see. All right, let me see if I can get it up. Hi, you guys see me? Hey. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank those of you who stayed to the end. I appreciate you guys for coming. As always, because you could be any place but here. But I appreciate you guys for coming on out tonight and hanging out with your girl DC for a little while. So until the next time, I'm going to give you guys peace. Let me get my hand right. There we go. Peace. Got it? And blessing from the West Side, guys. See you guys. I'll be back on tomorrow. Bye.